Right, things are happening. Here we goes. Deadline day the deadline's closing in, and Chelsea are headliners as usual.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea the Chelsea fans coming home. He's a Chelsea boy. He's always loved Chelsea. He said it many, many times. He's idolised Frank Lampard growing up. He's a Chelsea fan. And yes, he is coming to Chelsea. Raheem Sterling has agreed terms with Manchester United, Arsenal. My brain is fried. But we're going to do this together. We're going to get through it. I'm going to give you the info. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Bear with me. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome back. Road to 200,000 subscribers. We're going to do it this season here on Football Therapy. Let's go, baby. All right. Apparently, Datro Fofana could be heading to Sunderland on loan. Since I've last spoken to you, the David Washington to Strasbourg deal had broken down. And now it's back in talks and it's happening again. But Jadon Sancho, we'll start with him. We will talk about Osimhen a little bit as well. It's freaking mental. It looks like Carney Chukwuemeka could stay at Chelsea, which is a good thing. Osimhen could still happen. Romano's on his playback stream. He's saying calma on Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. Romano is we're gonna speak about Sancho, but Joe Shields apparently was pushing to sign Jadon Sancho, and to be fair, Joe Shields, Chelsea recruitment specialist, so far has done pretty well. He's done, of course, Cole Palmer has been a categorical huge success. He pushed for Romeo Lavia, who I think is going to prove to be a big success at Chelsea, and now he's pushing for Jadon Sancho, which I must say, I think it's got a scope to be successful. So we'll give you the intel first. Fabrizio Romano tweeting Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go. Loan deal with an obligation to buy. So ignore the loan. This is for accounting reasons. Jadon Sancho is signing for Chelsea. Sancho has already said yes, as he wanted the Chelsea move. The deal is now agreed between all parties. Man United accepted the proposal, and he is now set to be signed as a Chelsea player. On The Athletic as well, Chelsea are on the verge of signing Jadon Sancho from Manchester United, writes David Ornstein. The deal has been agreed between both clubs. It will see the England international move on an initial loan to the West London club, having an obligation made next summer. The 24-year-old will then be expected to sign a long-term contract at Stamford Bridge. Probably a 6+1 or maybe a 5+1, because it'll be a year down the line, and he'll be 25 by then. The Athletic reported earlier today the agreement was expected to happen. Of course, Chelsea have signed loads of other players as well. Jadon Ruddy Sancho. I like it, man. He's agreed terms with Chelsea already, which means he's going to fit into our incentive-based wage structure. What do we know? Well, if you believe Italian reports, Chelsea offered Osimhen, and this is not Jadon Sancho, this is Osimhen. Scudetto winning Osimhen, African Player of the Year Osimhen, top 10 in the Ballon d'Or Osimhen, centre forward number 9, which are a rare species Osimhen. We apparently, if you believe Dimarzio, we offered him 130k a week basic, which isn't much. It isn't much. Now Sancho's on like 300k a week at Man United. He undoubtedly is taking a huge financial wage hit to come and play for Chelsea. In the same way that Joao Felix took a massive financial reduction in wages to come and play for Chelsea. It's the fun place. It's where you want to be, baby girl. Come on down to Chelsea. If you're under 25 and you're an attacking player, it is super fun. Yes, we may have just lost to Servette. Don't think about that, though. That's B-team sayings. Chelsea, the first team, is Joao Felix, Neto, Cole Palmer, heck, Noni Madueke, now an England international. We got £100 million midfielders, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo. We've got a good operator in Romeo Lavia. Heck, we've got defenders that could be good. A couple of them at least. You know, there is a team there. Of course, the goalkeeper situation is still massively up in the air, but I get it, bro. I get why Chelsea is an exciting acquisition. And of course, look, Jadon Sancho hasn't done it for Man United, but Man United has been a graveyard for talent for a long time. Of course, Chelsea have been that for certain players, but I'm talking Memphis Depay, Di Maria, Falcao, Alexis Sanchez, Anthony Martial, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like he was a Ballon d'Or clause player. There was a multitude of examples of players that go to Man United for high wage. Doesn't work for a multitude of reasons in the post-Fergie era, and it all goes bad. Look, he had a season as a youngster, Jadon Sancho. I said earlier, it was 17 league goals. 17 league goals and 16 league assists. That is Super Saiyan numbers. That's 33 league goal involvements in 25 appearances. In fact, hold on. I'm just going to quickly do it by minutes. So 2292 divided by... I can't spell, by 33, which is a league goal involvement every 69 minutes when he was younger. Elite. Of course, that was his best season. The season before he joined Man United, he had 8 league goals, 11 league assists. Still very strong, not as strong, but we've seen him do it. Of course, he's a Man City Academy player. So, you know, you think Lavia, you think Cole Palmer, you think Joe Shields, who has signed him. I like it, man. I like it. And I'll tell you why. Firstly, I really wanted Jadon Sancho 4 years ago. If you've been watching, if you're an OG viewer of this channel and subscriber, you will know that I've made video after video after video. I really wanted to sign Jadon Sancho. Of course, I cooled off when I saw him go to Man United. Silly wages, poor performances, weird fallout with the manager. But, you know, pick who you want to blame for that. But he's a baller. Now, Sterling to Arsenal. We'll talk about that in a moment. Sterling goes to Arsenal. Mudryk, obviously you can't sell Mudryk now because it would be a gargantuan loss. And they're still believers. I went Nini, Blue Lines at FC Nini's stream earlier. We were speaking about Mudryk, how he's got talent in their raw materials. And they don't want to give up on him. But they also... rightly shouldn't rely on him right now. So if you believe Maresca, he wants these conventional types of wingers, and you know Sterling's not the one. Noni Madueke on the right, Neto on the right or left, and then Jadon Sancho on the left. I like it, and provided he is fitting in to Chelsea's wage structure, incentive-based wage structure, and also, you know, he'll have to take a wage reduction while we're not in the Champions League. Then that's great. You know, that's fine. It all works out. The obligation to buy Jadon Sancho is under £40 million. So we heard 25 million early doors. The obligation is under 40 million, so I'm hoping like 35 million. A reminder to you guys that Manchester United, and this is from The Athletic, which is actually more than I thought it was, but we said it earlier, they spent 85 million pounds on him. So let's just say under 40, 35. It's 50 million pound off 2 years later, when really his value should be going up, not down. And yeah, that's good, bro. Like, I'm here for it. Do you know what I mean? If we sign Jadon Sancho after a good season at Chelsea, and bearing in mind, maybe for the obligation to be triggered, there'll be still certain variables that need to be met, like, I don't know, 35 appearances or 30 appearances across all competitions. You know, you use him, so you buy him. You use him, you pay for it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there's that. Maybe there's certain obligation metrics that to be triggered. And if that's so, and if we use him and he's great, then he's 35 million quid. Friggin' wicked, bro. Like, if he works, the money, the obligation is not that much. In fact, I'd say it's a bargain under 40 million. That's coming from the Mail report, Sammy Mockbell. Let me know what you think about Jadon Sancho signing for Chelsea down below. Right, we've still got another hour of the transfer window. I probably won't upload again until tomorrow morning. Look, there's conflicting reports about Fabrice Hawkins. Fabrice Hawkins is offering conflicting reports on Victor Osimhen. He's saying he will not join Chelsea, which means probably he's going to stay at Napoli, which kind of feels a little bit crazy if you ask me. So Raheem Sterling, let's spend a couple of minutes on him. Raheem Sterling is agreed terms of Arsenal. He's agreed terms of Arsenal. He wants to go to Arsenal. Arsenal want him. He's agreed terms. It's about essentially getting a deal over the line with Chelsea. Look, we can understand totally why Raheem would want to go to Arsenal. Arsenal are good. They've been in a title race the last 2 seasons. You know, they are a good side, and it's going to a good team, a currently better team than Chelsea. I'm a big enough man to admit that. And also he'll start, right? Because Martinelli's been pony. And in terms of Arsenal's perspective, Mikel Arteta, he knows Raheem. Not only he knows prime Raheem in the Man City setup when he was doing his best work. He's 29 years old. And like I said, do you know what I mean? Comparatively from Bukayo Saka on the right wing, the drop off to the left wing is pretty darn big, bro, you know? So I get that, and I understand why Arsenal would want Raheem Sterling. We haven't got many updates on that in terms of that time of recording late. But we know he wants to go. Arsenal are close to agreeing a deal with Chelsea on loan. There you go for Raheem Sterling. There is likely to be no obligation option. Finer details are being sorted. So now we've got the here we go for Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. You'd have to imagine in this final hour, at time of recording, that Raheem Sterling will probably go to Arsenal if it's a loan as well. And loan makes sense because obviously if Jadon Sancho is coming in, he'll expect to have that left wing spot. He might, who knows, there'll be times maybe where he sort of competing with Mudryk. Mudryk will probably get the Conference League to develop confidence. The Confidence League, let's call it. And then maybe Neto can play on both sides. Maybe Neto sort of competes with Sancho. Maybe we see a little bit of Joao Felix on the left wing. I don't want to see Nkunku there. I think Nkunku doesn't do his best work there at all. So Burton Albion have signed Ronnie Stutter, Chelsea Academy, young player as well, good centre forward. It looks like the Osimhen deal, famous last words, will not happen. As again, Fabrice Hawkins saying it's over, he won't join Chelsea. And then, of course, Fabrizio Romano, who's live on playback, is saying Chelsea still do not have an agreement with Osimhen on salary. 1 hour left. So what can we talk about this? Well, again, Fabrice Hawkins saying he's staying at Napoli and that it's over. I'm kind of okay with this. In terms of attacking reinforcement, Mark Yu for 5 million. Again, he's not obviously the answer to any big questions, but he's a good acquisition, I think. And, if he can get going this season a little bit, he'll be a useful asset. Jackson's good. We already saw Joao Felix play a little bit down the middle. I wonder if there's a plan for him to do that, especially if we don't sign a striker, which looks likely. But, in terms of attacking reinforcement, to sign on permanent transfers, and I include Jadon Sancho because it's of an obligation. Jadon Sancho, Neto, and Joao Felix. That is high-profile, exciting stuff. It is, man. They're all 24 years old, all 3 of them, both Portuguese internationals, and of course former England international Jadon Sancho, but he'll be backing himself to be called up again. That's a lot of attacking reinforcement too, and a relatively good attacking side already. Many people will be disappointed if a centre forward doesn't come in, which is looking highly likely now. But to be fair, the goals are there for Chelsea. The goals are there. They would want a number 9 profile, but they wouldn't do it in such a way. The sporting directors, the Chelsea ownership, where they have the advantage taken. So I kind of respect it in its own way. And it's real interesting now because so hold on. hold on. Because we're getting conflicting reports now from the Daily Mail that Sancho fee, the obligation to buy, is between, get this, open up your ears, between 20 and 25 million pounds. I think 35 would be acceptable if he's like a part of the team. 20 to 25 million pounds is insanely good value for a player who cost 85 million quid. I wonder if, you know, with a loan fee, maybe it's like a 10 million loan fee, so it's 35 altogether, maybe. I'm speculating there to a degree. But, wow, great signing for Chelsea. Very, very exciting. So with the striker stuff, like, just quickly, before we end the video, it could still happen with Osimhen in the dying embers in the final hour. It'll be very interesting to see what happens, because he wants to leave. If it's on him, if it's on the salary, then, you know, chicken with the guy. If maybe he says in the final, in the upcoming minutes, he says, just do it, we'll find a way. I'll just lower it and do the incentive based packages. Guys, keep it locked. I'm always trying to give you the info as quickly as possible. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to Football Therapy. I hope to see you back here very soon. Peace.